Hi, I'm David Wehinm, and you're listening to the Us People podcast with Savia Rocks.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Us People podcast. I'm your host, Savia Rocks, and today I've got David Wehinm, who is a sound engineer. Welcome, David. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
He's been waiting for this.
No, I'm just here. I'm not going to say anything.
So, let me tell everybody a little bit about David.
I don't know if this is
I've known David for years.
I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh, wait, no. Professional. Go on.
So, I met David, I think it was back in, I'm going to be spontaneous and say this actually. I think it was 2008. It's not bad, is it?
That's very good.
Is that
you did
good?
Well. That's good.
Yeah. And I was working for Notting Hill Music Publishing.
I was working for PRS Music.
Yeah. And David called called more than once, but we'll get into that.
Details.
David called and he wanted to get a license for a specific song.
Do you remember what track it was?
I don't.
Oh, shit. Wait, are we allowed to swear?
You're allowed to swear if it's just
within
who
reason.
you are. Within reason.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So
I'm turning all the sweat things off.
No, that's fine.
Swear.
No.
Oh God.
No, you can turn it on or off. It's part of who you are.
Steady.
You know, I always want a podcast with people with who they are. Yeah. So
that's what you want. Yeah.
it wasn't easy now.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Focus.
I tried to focus. Fuck us.
I'm only responding to questions from now on.
Yeah, whatever. For the past 2 hours, we've been responding to other things. Anyway, so I met David in 2008. You know, that was a spontaneous guess.
It was a very good guess.
The only reason why I said that is because I started in 2005.
Oh, what? Wait. I need more.
What do you mean you need more?
You said you started in 2005 and you guessed 2008.
Yeah.
What happened in the 3 years?
No.
You know,
No.
I started in 2005, and so I concluded it must have been 2008. Wait, what? Did I miss her? What is in this? Like, I want more. Yo.
No, so I started Notting Hill Music in 2005.
Yes.
Yeah. But I
However.
met you, however, in 2008 over the phone, right? Where you was asking for a specific track. I can't remember the track.
And it's a track that I cleared a lot. I used to clear this track all the time.
Serious?
Yeah. There's certain tracks that used to get cleared like all the time. Like there's probably about 100 tracks that are making money.
Seriously?
This was 10 years ago though, so I don't know.
Well, you never know. They might still be making
It
money.
might still be the same. Yeah.
If the tracks are making money, then I'm sure there's going to be a time where it will come back round again. It's like a cycle.
Yeah.
So
Like,
come back
I
round.
cleared Come On Eileen like a ridiculous steady. Wait.
Come on, Eileen.
I cleared Come On Eileen. Pause. I'm just gonna let that marinate for a little while. That's what she said. All right, no, go. I'm very
That
professional.
wasn't the song, though.
It wasn't the song,
That
but
wasn't
that
the
is
song.
like that kind of song.
But the whole point of it was that the A&R... I'm pointing, guys. The whole point was that the
I
A&R...
think the point means sharp.
No, it doesn't,
No, okay,
actually.
cool. Sorry,
No,
go on.
I never mean shut up,
No,
actually.
I know.
No, the whole point was the A&R. He couldn't get through to the A&R, basically.
Yes. Wait. Oh no, sorry. I'm remembering the whole story now.
Yeah.
But keep going.
So every time he would call, the A&R was never available. And after the A&R was the managing director. Now, he's never available.
Never available.
And then there was a chairman who is, I quote, actually quite good.
Quite good.
Yeah, out of all of them, he is quite good. Yeah, and there was another guy named Charles. He was the head of PRS.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really good. He was. But the main two people you wanted was the head A&R and the managing director. You never could get them. But eventually, anyway, long story short, he got them. And we got the song cleared. And that's how we met, because he was like, ooh, you have a nice voice. And I was like, oh,
Her voice
thank
was
you.
sweet, you know. You know that kind of sweet where you're like, oh my goodness gracious. Whew. ooh wee, oh me oh my, that kind of sweet, where it's just like, oof,
Oh man.
wow, that was lovely. What's your name?
It was
sorry. You know, let me just sorry.
all right, guys. Let me get you into David. Not into him, but into David.
Join the queue.
This
Go. Easy now. Go. I'm listening.
Right. So David, guys, he's drinking. I'm not
This is not
even
true.
going to tell you.
This is not true.
Should I tell them what
This
you're
is
drinking?
not true. This is not true. I'm drinking peppermint tea.
That's
with
a lie.
Essence of
Rum.
essence of rum. Sorry, no. Let's focus. Go.
Right. Here we go. So after me telling you guys that I've met David and how we met each other and so on and so forth, David is now a fantastic sound engineer.
I'm alright.
No, you're good.
Okay, I'm good.
Right. And he tours with loads of bands, which I'm going to get into as well. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it. You just got back from tour on Friday.
I did just get back. I got to my house at about 3 a.m. on Friday, and then I think this is the second time I've been out.
Seriously?
Yeah, the second time I've been out.
You've been quarantined?
I haven't been quarantined, but I probably should quarantine myself.
Why?
I mean, like, it's the done thing, no? Isn't everyone just quarantining themselves?
I wouldn't quarantine myself.
I wouldn't quarantine you either.
Easy guy, yeah.
Yeah, so yes, sorry, just finished tour. Yeah, just came back.
How was it?
How was tour? Oh, that's a very loaded question.
I mean, in the aspects of, was it hard work? Did you enjoy it?
Okay, so tour in general is like, it's hard work, but it's good hard work. It's kind of hard work that you'd like to do, and it's like, this is long, but I'm happy doing it because fundamentally for about 90 minutes I get to stand behind a mixing desk and
Do what you love.
enjoy music and ensure that everyone else can enjoy it as well. Balance, orchestrate. Like, yeah, I'm just a sound guy, but like for me, it's
you're more than just a sound guy.
I enjoy
because we both done. Did you do sound engineering as? Because I done sound engineering and I loved it.
We're talking uni.
I done mine in college.
I did. I never studied sound engineering.
No.
So my whole thing was like, I wanted to be a music producer. I wanted to be Timbaland and like Dr. Dre, and just because I haven't listed producers, it doesn't mean I didn't want to be them. I wanted to be all the top producers, all the top hip hop producers. And so I got stuck very quickly with just hitting the white keys on the keyboard. It's like, there's only so much you can do. But just doom doom doom. Like there's only so many. There's like 7 billion beats that sound like that.
That is quite
Wait,
true.
sorry, too much?
No,
Okay,
go.
sorry.
Working out.
So you can edit this, right? So I can.
I'm not gonna edit a thing.
So I was like, I should. Are you checking how long I've been talking for? So basically, I was like, I should learn an instrument. So, good friend of mine, Janae, he was on X Factor a couple of years ago, actually. So we grew up in the same environment. I'm trying to choose my words very carefully. But we grew up together, and there was an event that the place where we grew up together was putting on like a talent show kind of contest thing. And these times, I think he'd already won a MOBO at this point. And then I saw him, he played a song on a guitar, a red acoustic guitar. It's a beautiful song. I can't remember the song. Can't remember the name of the song. Etc. So I saw him playing guitar. I'm like, I want to play guitar. So I learned to play guitar. But then I learned to play piano, and then I learned to engineer, and I learned to do everything so that I could be a better producer.
There you go.
But what kind of happened was, it's like people started paying me to play guitar at poetry events, and people started paying me to
So it
mixed
kind
records.
of diverted.
Yeah. It ultimately started as me wanting to do music production, but then, those small and slow diversions is just like, well, you could do this, and you could do this, and you could do this, and you could do this. So it's like in my heart, I'm still like, I'm a music producer, but like it means that I can get to go on tour. So I've toured as a guitarist, but then I've also toured as a sound engineer.
What do you prefer?
The tours that I've done as a sound engineer have been better.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that I prefer it, but it means that they have been better. I think my reputation as a sound engineer is stronger than my reputation as a guitarist. Like I can point to records and say, here, this is my record. Like I mixed a show at Glastonbury, a band that I was working with.
Yeah.
West Holt's. Like Coachella's been cancelled. I was supposed to be at Coachella. Like I was at Nice. My notepad here. I was at Nice Jazz Festival. Like I get to.
Yeah, I was looking at your little pad. I was like, oh, I love that.
Yeah, so this is from Nice Jazz.
I love that.
Last year, and band I was working with were on the stage with Black Eyed Peas and with Masego. So cool. So I don't get that level of exposure playing guitar. Like it's just.
You should though, because you're talented.
Oh, thank you very much.
You go shy when I say that, guys.
Wait, I was saying thank you very much.
No, but they can't see you. Only I can see you.
Yeah, you can see me, innit?
Yeah.
Alright, no, sorry, let me. Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Damn.
Our friendship has lasted this long.
It has. Her wife's here. Don't worry, it's all right. It's allowed. Don't worry, her wife's gonna get it as well. It's right, all right, sorry. No one's getting anything. No one is getting. Alright, you know what? Let me just stop talking and drink. Come on.
Drink your own.
It's peppermint tea, thank you.
Spice rum.
Spiced peppermint tea.
Spiced peppermint rum. And then so, if we go back, so we're gonna go back many years.
Take me wherever you want to take me.
We're gonna go back many years, yeah. You would never believe that these are just my facts. I haven't even asked them a question. I haven't even asked him a question yet properly.
I don't know how far we actually gonna get with this, and if you baby girl.
So you was basically brought up in church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and
are we gonna have tough conversations?
no, we're not gonna have tough conversations.
I like tough conversations.
You?
Though. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
and you don't mind having them on here.
I don't mind having them.
So, you was brought up in church, but who inspired you within church to do sound engineering? Because it's because most people I have, and when they talk to me about being in church, it's more about singing and being in a choir.
Let's think about this. So, church inspiration. So, I was brought up in a church with a couple. Well, I say a couple, and I'm even in saying a couple, I'm doing a disservice to many people that were there. A couple of great musicians, Femi Temor, Michael Latuja, many other great singers, musicians passed through the church that I was brought up in. Mm-hmm. It's traditional West African church. Excuse me, goodness. I wasn't interested in sound engineering at that point in time. I was interested in becoming a footballer.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm very athletic. I'm very athletic. Very. I'm very athletic.
But you know what? I can actually see you as a footballer.
Yeah. I literally. You see.
You are very athletic. There you go.
Can I say left of center things? So basically, you see how that typical black fast left back.
Yes.
Yeah. I would have been that guy. The Ashley Cole, Patrice Evra, all of them. They're all the same. They all footballers know what I'm talking about. That guy, I would have been that guy who eventually becomes captain. He's a bit of a dick, but he's cool. But he's not. Yeah, I would have been that guy. Yeah, 100% would have been that guy. Like literally 100%.
You're lucky you didn't know me back then, because I would have pulled that right out of you.
No, but here's the thing. Do you know what made me realize that? What made me realize what would have let me make it as a footballer and why I wouldn't have made it as a footballer.
Go on. I like this part.
I watched an interview with basketballer Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
And I listened to him talking about desire on the court and he spoke about Glenn Robinson specifically, and it made me understand that for me specifically, everyone needs a particular character to make it. So you could be laid back. Like, I couldn't be laid back and make it as a footballer. Yeah. I would have had to have been the hardworking, determined, like, I'm here before everyone else, I leave after everyone else, I'm going to try and maximize my gifts because I'm a bit smaller than everyone else, you know.
Doesn't matter.
No, but here's the thing. Like, that level of hard work ethic is what I would have needed to make it as a footballer. There are some people who could just turn up. I wasn't just a turn up kind of guy. Yeah. And what made me realize that is that there were certain games where I knew that I dominated. Like, there was, like, you can't get past me. I'm faster than you. I'm stronger than you. Like, I know this game better than you. I know what you're going to do before you try and do it. You're in my back pocket. I own you. And there were certain games when it was like that, and I knew how to get there, but I wasn't, not that I wasn't prepared, I wasn't aware that I needed to be there all the time, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But what that also helped me understand is what I then needed to make it as in life in general. There's a particular attitude that you need to have in every industry that you're in. And I came to understand that. And that was really helpful. That was really helpful. So
you went from,
I went from wanting to be a footballer to
in church.
My sister was a singer. My sister still is a singer. She's a really good singer. She's a really good singer. I could tell you a bunch of stories and secrets about our old church, but I don't think people would be very happy if I did that.
Praise him.
Yeah, let's just say everyone got to know each other. Behave. But the point is,
There's so many things I could say.
Focus. But
do you know how difficult it is when me and you are in a room? Do you know how difficult? See, now he's stripping. Do you know how?
Shit! This between my legs. Oh. Go on. I'm listening. I'm being terrible.
Do you know how difficult it is in order for us to stay on the right track? Okay, let me just tell you.
I need some more tea.
When me and David are in a room, we can't get past one subject.
I think we're doing quite well.
So far, we are doing brilliantly. But considering that we've been here for 3 hours...
Let's not talk about that part. It was supposed to be an in-out thing.
Yeah, it just never happened. It never happened.
Never
which is
just
fine.
an in-out
Which
thing.
is the best thing about it.
Just like to hang
so
around,
we're talking about... I've heard loads of stories about people in church.
Dribble the tip in there.
I'm easy.
Sorry.
I've heard loads of stories about people in church.
Are we going to do this?
We don't have to.
I don't look. Here's what I'm going to say.
Go on.
I don't mind doing it.
But I don't want you to do it.
All right, so we're not going to do it.
No.
We're not going to do it now.
No.
Cool.
Yeah, the reason why
Go on.
is because I want to give them that respect.
And but here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. I think that just because there are elements of a package of beliefs and actions which don't necessarily conform to what an individual might think is correct doesn't mean you should throw the whole package away.
True.
There are some things in there that you should really actually hold on to because they make sense. Like, practical example now, ceremonial washing of hands. Like, I'm not a Jew, but I think that if everyone was into washing their hands quite regularly, we'd be a bit safer than we were.
Of course we were. But why is it that this has to happen in order for us to now wash our hands continuously?
See, so that's another conversation altogether. But it's true. But I guess the point I'm making in it is like, it's like, oh, the Jews ceremonially wash their hands. It's like, well, that's cool. Like, wash your hands every day because God said so. It's like, yeah, but you should, like, really, you should.
You should naturally wash your hands every day.
Like, I don't care how much you hate God, just wash your hands every day. Like, please, thank you, thanks. So I think there's a conversation to be had about not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. And I think I'm gonna leave that there. I think basically I've left it ambiguous enough that if my mum asks me, I can say, "Mum, like I love you, innit?" Like.
But hey, you know,
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, our parents are not saints. We are not saints. I am not going to lie and say I'm a saint.
We are treading in very sticky territory right now.
Easy with your words, honey. Easy. This is just, I'm gonna have to, you know that part in your podcast, right?
Yeah.
Where it says, is this either explicit or not for kids?
Are we on the border?
We're on it.
Oh.
We're on it, honey.
Okay.
So we're gonna tick those. Yeah. Even before I ask you proper questions.
So let me ask a question. So if we ticking them, does that mean that we could just say whatever we want to say?
Yes,
Anyway?
you can say whatever you want now.
Alright.
That make you feel good.
To be fair, it did bring a sense of relief. I'm not gonna lie.
I like when David comes in and he does his accents as well. We'll get into that.
Do you want to rephrase that sentence?
Hey, easy.
I like when David comes and he does his accent.
See what I mean? It's just, yeah.
Do you know what it is? I'm developing characters.
See, now you're gonna make me say what you didn't want me to.
Don't.
Okay,
don't
right.
focus,
See,
focus.
right. Focus. So
I'ma just need you to focus.
let's move on. Tell me about the album you did with Anthony.
Oh my goodness, Anthony Blaze. Cool. So I'm gonna try and be brief. Anthony, he's gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna tell the truth. Anthony is symptomatic of exactly what an artist can become if he believes in himself, and exactly how an artist can stop himself from becoming what he believes in. Like, he's amazing, talented, but he has that artist thing where it's like, oh my gosh,
You're your best friend and your worst enemy.
yeah,
at the same
absolutely.
Time.
Like he makes amazing music, absolutely amazing music. I'm just like, the music that we've released is stuff that's like 4 or 5 years old. Like, when I tell you that he has a treasure trove of material that can just be like, he's so amazing. This particular album, most of the songs were written, we went to Brazil in 2015. That is another story.
Notice that I didn't say anything.
To be fair, that story is mostly a good story because he was with me there for the most part. Did I do anything dodgy? I don't think I did. No, I think. Oh, wait, no, I definitely didn't do anything dodgy. Let's just not talk about it. Anyway, so we spent time in Brazil. Every day was amazing. I had lived there in 2009. So after PRS, I left. I went to live in Brazil, in Salvador. So we went back. It was the first time I'd been back in 6 years.
What year did you leave?
2009.
Ah,
I got there 2 days before Carnival. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Okay.
Yes.
Because I remember you messaging me, and I won't say what was on the message, but you messaged me.
I mean, I can't remember, but knowing us,
It just ended up with a table.
oof, goodness gracious me.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
Table.
goodness. I don't even know what that means.
I'll tell you after. I'll remind you, and you'll be like,
But it sounds delectable. No, so yeah, 2015 was the first time we went back. So while we were there, we wrote some songs, and then I think it was kind of like, shit, we've got like a bunch of songs. Let's just put together an album and finally get this thing done. Because we put out material before that he'd pulled down, blah 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 blah. He's gonna kill me for telling the world this shit. But the reality is that,
hey, getting promoted,
bitch. Suck my balls.
He's gonna so slap you.
D-bad, motherfucker. No, be a bitch. All right, cool. So, you know, you're the only one who could actually do this interview with me.
Yeah.
The only one. So we got material from 2015. We got some material from earlier, bit of material from afterwards. Put it together, 10 tracks.
It's a good number, actually.
It's a good number.
The only thing I
Go for it.
okay. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. Hit me in the middle. Whatever you want to do, right? Most albums I've listened to recently, I don't understand what this 20 track thing is.
Jesus in Heaven. 20 tracks.
Yeah.
What?
There's
What am I doing?
Okay, right.
20
okay.
tracks.
And then
What's wrong with
there's
you?
skits, and then there's an intro. Okay, an intro used to be an intro. Okay, it used to be an intro and the middle of how many songs you have.
Let me tell you what you're allowed. You're allowed 10 tracks or
So what's with 15
Wait.
skits?
You're allowed 10 tracks, or if you're gonna do skits, you're allowed a maximum of 3 skits. Yeah.
Right.
So because these are the rules. Yeah. An intro and an
Your
outro.
rules or
The rules.
the
Anything
rules?
over 13 tracks, what are you doing? Unless it's a rap album, but then rap albums are just like, I don't know. But anyway, 13 tracks, yeah, 45 minutes. I want to hear no more. Like, what? Why am I still listening to you? Like, shit, man.
I thought you were gonna say that in an accent, like Ginger Cat and
Why am I still listening to you after 45 minutes? Haven't I exhausted my listening prowess for me to still be listening to you? We are on track 15. What more do you have to say? You weren't even saying anything to track 8. You're just chatting shit. You're just talking nonsense on track 8. So I have to listen to 9 and 10. Get out of here, foolish bastard boy. So yeah, I'm not really I'm not really into. No, do you know what? Listen. If you've got a 15 track album, I love you. I will still mix your album competitive rates, blah blah blah. But for me personally, I'm into like 10 to 13. Do you know what? I think a lot of this needs to be edited. No, I'm into like 10 to 13 tracks. I feel like 8 to 10 tracks, 3 to 5 skits. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, split it in 2, man.
Split in 2?
Split it in 2. I'm not talking about ass.
I never said ass. No, I didn't know. I just said I was. You know what? Right? I was looking at the screen.
Do you want the time counter? I don't know if you can put the time counter.
No, I can't put the time counter now.
No, you can't do it now. No. What you could do? You see where functions is?
No, I don't want to go into it.
No. There's a thing. Trust me.
No, I don't want to go into it.
Leave me.
Believe me.
If you go function, trust me. Go functions.
Look, do you know how dodgy this?
View. No, not there. Down. Yeah, up a bit. Up.
Easy.
Yeah. Keep going. There you go. View. Yeah. Secondary ruler. Bang. Time. 25 minutes, 55 seconds.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Oh, 26 minutes, 55 seconds.
That's
27 minutes. See, look at that.
Why you...
Sorry. Don't judge me. The things I'm good
at... I told you he's really good because he just told me what to do.
The things I'm good at. Everything else.
No, you are. Like, even when we were setting up today, you were like, no, do this. No, it didn't work.
I was so upset. I don't know if you noticed.
He was so
like,
upset.
Why is this thing flopping me? Like,
okay, right. So we spoke about church.
Yes.
We spoke about Anthony and his album.
Tony Blaze. Yeah. Love that guy.
We spoke about when you started 2010, roughly.
So
and that was me guessing again.
So let me so after First Church, so there's my parents' church, which is where all these musicians, blah blah blah. It's wonderful. It's great. It's lovely. Then I left, as lovely as it was. Own journey, blah blah blah. At a new church.
What, you just wanted to find yourself, or
yeah, finding self. I've had multiple phases of finding self. Multiple phases. I think traveling to Brazil was a finding self phase.
How do you feel like when people go out and say I'm going to find myself? Do you feel, because some people say it as an excuse, but then there are some people who genuinely are like, I want to go out and I want to find myself.
Do you know what?
Find myself.
I feel like the irony of the people that are telling the truth about it is that they've already found themselves. The moment that you're very honestly on that journey to find yourself is when you found yourself. The moment that you're open to being something different than what you've known. I
found it very not hard, if it's the right word. Easy now. I found it very hard to find myself because I was in a place where I felt like I couldn't tell my friends who I was. But
then that's why people travel, because when you're somewhere.
But this is what I mean. So you went to Brazil. So I went to Greece.
So why did I went to Brazil. But what Brazil did, I didn't come back knowing. Brazil was the start of the journey.
Okay.
So mine was like a 6, 7, 8 year journey. Like I would venture as far as to say that. So I went to Brazil in 2009. I went to Colombia in 2016. So I did a semester at University Antioquia, beautiful university, wonderful people there. Not going to mention too many names. But there were certain people.
I know I could pull it out of you.
That's what she said.
Mhm.
Sorry. That was really low hanging fruit. But sometimes you just gotta get the fruit that's available. Because it's low hanging. You know when the fruit is available to you and it's really low hanging.
Are you like this with everybody, honey?
I'm only like this with the kind of people who can handle me being like this. Like you. I know you can handle anything. Alright, so basically the point that I'm making.
Too much rum.
There's no such thing as too much rum.
Fair point. And I don't drink. Go ahead.
But like, I think for me, my actual finding myself process was from 2009 to 2016, which is 7 years, which the church will tell you is quite biblical and stuff. But I think I became. This is such a cliche way to say it, but like I became confident of looking in the mirror. Like,
no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Some
people don't even.
I love it.
Some people don't even look in the mirror.
I love it, but just the way of saying it is quite cliche. But yeah, I became very confident of looking in the mirror. Like I became confident of my truth. This is who I am. This is how I am. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is what I believe. This is what I don't believe. I'm not going to be judged for things. Well, whether you do or not, I don't care. For things that don't really fit with the stereotype of what I'm supposed to present by appearance or by heritage or whatever. But yeah, that whole process of finding self was not just a go to Brazil, come back. It was a go to Brazil, come back, live life, do another degree, start a business, close your limited company, be in this relationship, come out of this relationship, and then okay, cool. It wasn't just a like 20-second thing. It was a good 7-8 years of investigation.
You sound like you went through a lot.
One
of them was most probably my fault, to be quite honest.
Oh no, don't say fault. Fault is a bad thing to say.
Not fault, no. Okay, it was my blessing.
It was your blessing, and it was a good blessing, and the impact that it has had on my life is positive. And would I do it again? Yes. And there would be a lot more dick involved.
Wow, okay.
A lot more. Fair
enough. If that makes you happy.
It would have made me happy.
And them happy.
It definitely would have. Let's not lie to ourselves. We know it would have made both of us right. Yeah. Hey,
the main thing in any relationship is that you learn. Hey, you saw my face. My face.
Sound like some Maury Povich. Hey, so the main thing in any relationship. No one's listening to you anymore. Everyone's hard and wet and trying to go home and bang. Like, guys, just be like, it's done. But yeah, that was. To be honest, I learned. I'm trying to keep it together. I learned so much.
He lost it a long time ago.
Who told you I ever had it? I learned so much from that relationship. So much, and I think the person that I am now.
Would you say that's one of your most longest relationships?
It is. Yeah. I've had. So generally, when I talk about women, I just conflate their lives together.
Okay.
So every story I tell is true.
But should you conflate their lives together because they're all?
No, but the reason I do it is because I it's weird, but I don't want anyone to feel like I'm talking about them.
No, that's fair enough. That's fine. That makes sense. That makes sense because you're giving them respect.
Yeah. So some of what I say might seem just like off, but I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't particularly about that person. So if I'm saying weird, wild things about everyone, then it's like, well, you don't know who it actually is about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird. Fuck it. But yeah, I think
you're not weird, David. You're just different.
Stay what? Wait, what does the thing say? Stay what? Stay what? The pillow.
Stay weird.
Is that
my pillow says stay weird?
Why did I think there was a third word in between stay and weird?
You always like things that are in between. That's why.
See, this is why I like you, Every now and then you just make my things twitch. Yeah. I love those reactions. I love them.
Let's get educational.
Right.
So, When you first started sound engineering, like I said before, you was in church.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. But who?
Steve Reese.
Go on. Who is Steve Reese?
Steve Reese, Peter Gabriel, Madonna, Courtney Pine, stuff with people. Steve's my mentor. Steve would not be happy if he heard this podcast. Can we like do a little snip where we just have Steve's my mentor and then we just delete the rest of everything?
No, Steve needs to hear everything about you.
Don't know, you know. No, do you know what Steve would get? Because Steve's that guy.
Okay, does Steve understand who you are?
Totally. Steve,
Yeah.
and I
So
have...
I will say to Steve, yeah, this is just from me on the podcast, and if he was listening, that don't judge David.
He won't.
This is why I was gonna say.
He absolutely won't.
David is just being himself, his true self, and none of this is out of context. This is just David showing who he is and who he loves to be.
Steve took me from dreams of doing tangible things in the music industry to reality.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve put me on the first jazz recording that I engineered, an album that I mixed.
Serious?
He sent me to go instead of him going, sorry. He's like, look, I'm not going to hang out with a bunch of 25-year-olds. You go and record this album. I'm like, I've never recorded a jazz album before. He's like, yeah, well, we're about to find out if you can. Sent me there. I made one phone call. I was like, Steve, I got a set of coals. How should I set them up over the drum kit? I took a picture. He said, put this here, put this there. I didn't call him again. I haven't called him for anything since then. In that regard, I've spoken to him, obviously.
Yeah.
So I recorded that album off the back of that. Albums, records, tours. Everything that I do related to jazz in any way, shape or form is off the back of my relationship with Steve.
See?
Yeah.
For someone who believed in you.
Yeah. I got a lot of respect for Steve. A lot of respect. He's a wild guy. I love him. Wild guy. He's got stories day. Loves Formula One. Yeah, Steve's a cool guy. But yeah, Steve Reese, 100%. 100%. I meet older engineers at festivals and so on, and I mention Steve. They're like, oh, you know Steve? Ah, all right, cool, yeah. All right, you're proper. All right, cool, yeah. You're proper. You know Steve, yeah? All right, you're proper. All right, cool. I'm like, yes, I know Steve.
So you're telling me that out of all your talents, would you say sound engineering is in your top 3?
Top 3, yeah. It's weird, you know. As I'm an engineer by nature. Like that's the kind of person I am.
You have to have good ears.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm someone who likes to know how things work.
Okay. And
everyone who likes to know how
you
things
do
work
actually, because you ran away with my thingy.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
So he ran away with my road. I'm gonna add this. See how steady I was. My road.
Your road, yeah.
Yeah, Caster
Yeah,
Pro.
road,
You ran away with
yeah.
it. He's like, "Ooh, I like this."
No, but I'm into stuffs. I was into Lego when I was growing up. Mad into Lego.
Yeah, I was into Lego.
Yeah. I'm into understanding how things work and then trying to make them work in different ways. Particularly with sound. So any kind of engineering, production, DJing, like that kind of stuff.
You have to have
of sound.
you have to have a really broad personality as well. And the reason why I say it in that content, is because you're dealing with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, people skills, funny.
Yeah. So this is my next question for you.
Oh, smooth segue. I like it. Well done.
How would you tell people who want to get into sound engineering now? Yeah. What would you say to them to help them get into the industry? Because David, for me as a girl, for you as a guy, it's a hard industry to get into regardless. Like when I was doing sound engineering, I was the only girl in every place I went to. When I met Kelly Rowland for the first time and they were doing the sound engineering for Love Takes Over, I was the only girl there. There was like 3 boys singing in the rack. It was actually really good, actually.
Yeah, I was just doing it softly.
And it was really hard. But what would you say to anyone who wants to get into sound engineering but are stuck? They don't know what to do.
I would say I'm gonna say two things. One, on this show that I've just been on, it's funny. The first 2 dates, and then then the fourth date, my babysitter. So my babysitter, I call my babysitter whoever. When I go to a venue, the house sound engineer. So they're the one that knows the desk, knows the equipment, knows what everything. That's my babysitter. And then I turn up like, hi, I'm here with the band. I'm here to engineer the show. Tell me how your equipment works. Da, 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 da. So my three of my first 5 babysitters were women, which I it's fantastic. I love feminine energy. Into it. Especially when you're in a tour bus with 8 guys. Yeah.
You need some feminine energy.
Listen.
We're gonna get into another subject about talk. Yeah. Anyway, but go on.
So I particularly in Paris, and this is the answer to your question effectively. There's a guy who just came in and he's like, hey, I just want to kind of learn, and that's it. Honestly, you have to if you're trying to learn, you have to sit next to engineers.
Yeah,
you have
that's
to
true.
Whatever it is that you're trying to become and trying to do, you have to go and see people who are doing it.
Of course.
And as early as you possibly can, at 10, 11, 12, get into a studio and stand with a guy who's putting on mics and put the mic up that he told you to put up, and listen to him when he tells you that this mic is good on this, and this, and start
That's
to
what I
learn those
did.
things bit by bit, and then go and stand with another guy, and when he tells you to go and get cups of tea, go and get cups of tea, but while you're in there, see what he has on the walls in there and read what there is and try and understand stuff and learn and hear. And when you record in different bands, see why that bass player from that band prefers that amp and why that bass player from that band prefers that amp, and learn on the job. I feel like engineering, production, musicianship in general is a very hands-on kind of thing. You have to actually do it. There's only so much theory you can do, and I think that theory is good for giving a structure to the practical knowledge that you gain from doing it on a day-to-day basis. So I can read a manual for a mixing desk.
It's not gonna help.
But
you.
it's not that it's not
Well,
going to help
it's
you.
not gonna help you,
But it doesn't help you as much as getting
Yeah.
it in your hands and twisting those knobs and sliding those faders. Yeah,
David.
okay. That's what's going to help you actually getting on the desk and repeated use of a desk and becoming familiar with it, and then understanding not just that desk in particular, but understanding the principles. I'm trying to focus it. I'm trying desperately hard to focus it, and you're not helping me. The principles that make not just this desk work, but desks in general. What we're doing, input and output wise. Like, why does this system as a whole work? And once you can get an understanding of that, like all new people, learn how to set up the system.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn so much. Learn how to set up the system. Learn what plugs into where. Learn how from a microphone this signal goes into this bit, then into this bit, then into this bit, and then this button does this to the signal, and this button does this to the signal, and this button does this to the signal, and learn all of that. Learn it by practically doing it, and read some books.
What level would you say you're on? If you was to say you're on a level of sound engineering, not that you can be on a level. To be quite honest with you, when do you know you're pro?
When do you know you're pro? That's interesting. My first response was when other pros want to pay you to do the job.
That's another question. Okay, we're going to digress slightly. So, sound engineers don't get a lot of money for what they do.
Compared to artists, no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
How can we change that?
How can we change that? I find that a difficult question. Because the answer is twofold. I think part of it is that with any role, you have to understand that the primary thing that you're doing is you're adding value. So whether you're a sound engineer or you're a bass player or you're a backing vocalist, the fundamental thing is that you add value. And so what you should be trying to do is maximize the amount of value that you add, because that's what people are going to pay you for. Mm-hmm. So if I can get Tom from the corner to do your job for cheaper, then I'm gonna get Tom from the corner to do your job for cheaper. But if the value that you bring is such that I can't get anyone
Tom.
else, I can't get anyone else to do what I need you to do other than you. That's ultimately what it is. So it's like I'm an engineer, but I'm also on tour. I'm also very good at keeping the tour together.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
so you're basically like the therapist in a way.
Because everyone has to play a role there, or you need at least a few key people to, like in the tour that we just did. The band leader was good, the tour manager was good, myself, so the three of us, and then obviously everyone else. But it's like you're able to influence the mood and the environment, and so it's like, okay, cool, you are crucial for this environment to work.
Yeah.
Beyond just you can do this job. You're a sax player, but you provide this for us as a group. You're a drummer, but you provide this for us as a group. You're the tour manager, but you also provide this for us as a group.
Yeah.
And I think when you make yourself invaluable as a whole, not just in terms of individually, I do this job, I do nothing else. I think that's it's
sad because there are a lot of people in the world who do that. Like, I do this job, I'm not doing that job. That's not in my job description. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that
I don't do that.
That you ain't gonna last long if you do that. You're not gonna last long.
Give me all 100 jobs.
Yeah.
So I can learn and understand them.
Yeah. And then you can't replace me because I know all 100 jobs.
Exactly.
That's the way. When you realize that bands are paying you not just because you can balance the sound, they're paying you because they feel good being around you.
But then that's also your vibe and the connection that you have with them, and that's something that money can't buy, like you're saying.
It can't.
Money
but then that's
cannot
what keeps,
buy that.
They're like okay, so I've lost festival season because of coronavirus. You know, so I was supposed to be in South Africa next week for Cape Town Jazz. I was supposed to be in Coachella the week after. All gone. So then it's like, well, I have no festival season. What's going to happen? I have to find work. So on pure ability, I can find work. But then what's going to happen as well is it's like, well, the availability of work is now less.
Yes.
And people are going to be like, well, I like working with this guy, so I'm going to work with this guy. I like working with this guy. I'm going to work with this guy. I like work. Oh, I know a guy can do this guy. And when there's less work going around, the intangibles become a lot more valuable than everyone can do the job. And within reason. Everyone can do the job, but can people do the job reliably? Are you happy with working? Do you feel good? Like, I feel good being here.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this is a chore.
Yeah.
Like, this could have been like, oh, I could go and do this interview. Oh, this is gonna be a right bitch. Oh. Fucking hell. Like, I could have felt like that, but no, I'm happy to be here. I like being here. I'm very happy to be here. So yeah.
That's nice to know, actually.
Yeah. We need to do a part 2.
I think we do.
We like 100% definitely need to do a part 2.
We'll do a part 2.
I think we should do a part 2.
When you were first on stage, well, not when you were first on stage, I should say.
You can ask it how you want to ask it, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the band is on stage.
Yeah.
You are as far or as close as a sound engineer, because I've noticed that sound engineer is always like when you're doing a festival, the sound engineer is quite far away. Yeah, from the stage. So the sound engineer is kind of like the audience as well. But they're listening to it and seeing it at the same time. Now, how did you feel when you had your band on stage that you were sound engineering for and having a huge crowd around it?
The good thing is, for me, the first time that I had to experience big crowds was as a performer. So doing backing vocals and playing guitar. Those are the first times. So I got used to big crowds from that perspective.
Yeah.
So then when I came to big crowds as a sound engineer, it was like, well, everyone's facing that way. None of y'all are looking at me anyway. So I'm in my own world anyway.
No, but how did it make you feel?
I feel like Sorry, finish what you're saying.
No. I just wanted to know how it made you actually feel, knowing that you were the sound engineer. You were the one in charge of that sound,
Yeah,
so everybody else could listen to it.
So here's the thing. I look at it very much. It's weird, but I look at it as a one-on-one relationship between me and the guys on stage.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, imagine you were at home and you're listening to something and you can turn up or down the volume of everyone in the band. You have complete control over them.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to hear more of the guitarist. So literally, I'll be watching the band and then I'll see someone do something. I'm like, oh no, people need to hear that hi-hat thing that he's doing because it sounds buff. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. It's like, I'm bored of that now. It's like, oh, he's doing something on the guitar. What does that sound like? Headphones, let's hear. Oh, that sounds good. Let's throw some of that in. Oh, it'd be good if I put some reverb on that. Shing. Oh, that's nice. Now let's bring that back now. Oh, that bass, it's filling the place up. So, but here's where I now look at the crowd. I'm like, let me look at some faces. Because this bass is making my face screw up, but is it making your face screw up as well? Yeah, that sounds deep. All right, let's put some more bottom in this. More battery, less breast. more sub, less top. But yeah, more battery, less breast. It's like, yeah. Guys, you lot are feeling that battery. Cool, all right, cool. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm very much like, I'm watching the band to see and make sure that the things that they're doing are coming out, but I'm also watching the audience to see their responses. And like, let me see what you lot are doing. Let me see your response to that. He's dancing. All right, these lot are good. All right, let me see over here. Ooh, all right, cool. All right, she looks like she's having fun. Oh, okay, he doesn't look okay. Let me see. Let me listen.
So it's just being observant to who's around you, what's around you.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with sound.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive. Like most of my senses are quite sensitive.
I knew you was gonna do something as soon as you said that. No, but
you heard it. Most of my senses is quite sensitive. No, but it's true though. My sense of smell is really sensitive. No, but sorry. Please take control. I'm going to sip some rum.
What is the? I just told the truth now. I slipped up. What is the best thing about being on tour with a band?
The jokes. I'm.
What do you guys actually talk about?
Everything. Total bullshit. When you, if you were to listen objectively to the things that are being spoken about on a tour bus, you'd be like, why are these human beings laughing at this nonsense? Because a lot of it is just bullshit. But when you're in that environment, like you see when you take a joke and you'll go too far with it, there's no one, because it's only us, there's no one to tell you you've gone too far. So we'll just keep going. And then imagine that 4, 5, 6, 7 days, we're just taking the joke even further and further. Why? Because there's no one to tell us not to. So we create a whole bubble, and you only realize when you get back to like London or wherever, and then you try and make a joke that you would have made on the tour, and then people look at you like, what? You're like, oh shit, I'm not on tour anymore. I can't say that shit no more. I can't make the stupid ass jokes that we used to.
How long do you go on tour for usually?
This one was 3 weeks basically. I'm used to like 2 weeks. You come back for your day. Yeah, at the level I'm at, most of my tours are about 2-3 weeks. And the level I'm at is kind of either support slots for big bands.
Yeah.
So you end up doing, like, I was doing support slots for Massive Attack, and we were doing like arenas and festivals.
Yeah.
So you end up with big stuff there. Or, so like a couple of the bands that I'm working with are really doing quite well. So again, like, so I mentioned Niche Jazz.
Yeah.
So we shared the stage with Masego and Black Eyed Peas, Glastonbury, West Holt stage is like what 25,000 something like that. So lots of that kind of level of festival. It's good, man.
Did you imagine that you would ever get there?
This is gonna sound so arrogant. Yeah.
No,
but really, yes. Reason being, and this comes back to what I was saying to you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
like you as a person draws out goodness in people. Like the way you are as a human being, you can't be malevolent and comfortable around someone like you. Like you bring out benevolence in people. See what I'm saying? And so
That's really nice of you to say.
but it's true. It's true.
You did actually say that to me earlier on, even when we were joking around.
Yeah,
you
but
still,
it's
but you became serious when you were actually saying it.
But it's very true, and I think it's very important, because what that then does is, when you're true to self and you're good in your true to selfness, it provokes that in people around you and makes them want to be the same. So I'm out here like, oh shit, I want to be the best I could be. I got some like really close friends, like my guys from Maryland Station, Sarah Hunt, obviously Anthony Blaze. Like I'm not gonna mention like too many people because people be like, but people who inspire greatness in you, and so when great things happen, it's like, oh, I knew this would happen because you lot have been inspiring greatness in me.
Yeah.
So it does one or two things. One, when you're on the stage, you don't feel overwhelmed.
True.
You feel nervous, definitely. Always feel nervous.
But nerves are not a bad thing. They're a good thing. They actually enhance you.
It's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. Rum's a great thing too. Nerves are a good thing. No, I said rum, not cum. Nerves are good. sorry. Nerves are a good thing. Like, but apprehension doesn't happen because you've become very comfortable with greatness. And I'm gonna take a sip of my.
Do you know what the funny thing is? My next question, you're gonna just crack up because it's the next question.
Oh gosh.
What's the most embarrassing moment you've ever had?
Sweet Jesus in heaven.
I know he's my cousin. Actually, Jesus is my cousin.
Can't do it.
People laugh at me
in sound engineering or in life, because these are two completely different set of questions.
Let's say sound engineering, because
right,
if
cool.
we say life, we're gonna be here and
yeah. I've already fucked up my yeah. Maybe.
Have you?
I mean, not entirely, but like.
David was actually meant to be somewhere. It's 7:30 now. It's 7:30. Well, I'm telling you it's 7:30, but by the time you guys listen to it, it might be the daytime or whenever.
It's gonna be daytime.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be daytime.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your most embarrassing moment.
Oof.
And what did you do? And did you keep it, like, you know, when you said to me just a minute ago, you said you keep on the joke. So you keep on the joke 7 days after, a couple of days after, but then when you tell other people it's not funny. But I'm asking, what was your most embarrassing moment, and how did you...
On this tour or in general?
Just in general. Like, what has been the most embarrassing moment that you can remember and you were like, oh my gosh, Savia.
Yeah, I've had some wow moments. Oh my gosh. I had one moment, oh me, oh my. Oh no. Sorry. Wrong button. I thought I had completely fucked it, but I haven't. I've only partially fucked it.
Okay, but then you still got... See, that's why, hey, you still got time.
I've only partially fucked it. Yeah. I'm going to be in trouble, but not in a lot of trouble.
Not in a lot of trouble?
In trouble. Definitely going to be in trouble, but not going to be in a lot of trouble.
Okay, that's all right.
So... Okay, I'm going to give you two examples. One playing guitar, one doing sound. So doing sound one, I was at a venue. It was like a sports arena, 12,000. The band before, big band, huge band. They had like 2 trucks of production gear. They had a crew splitter. They had their own splitter. It was opulent, absolutely opulent. Fantastic, loved it, enjoyed it. So they had a problem during their sound check. So they took our sound check time.
Oh.
But then doors were still planning to open at the same time. Now, I had a desk that I wasn't very familiar with. This was quite early on in my touring career. And then it was kind of basically like, doors opens in 15 minutes and you lot are going on as soon as the doors open.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, sorry. Doors opens in 15 minutes, in 10 minutes, and you lot are going 15 minutes after the doors open. So doors open, I haven't got anything set up on my desk. I've only just set up the stage. There's people in the crowd, like, here already. So, like, I'm sweating buckets. I'm trying to sort this out. Blah, 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 blah. It gets to the time we're supposed to go on. We've just about finished the sound check. So the guys are like, yeah, we're going to go and change. And then I've been told, like, nah, you lot have got to go on now. So no one's ready. It was terrible. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. However, the Instagram looks amazing. Instagram looks amazing. Absolutely. It's 12,000 arena. It looks fantastic. It looks like we're doing the damn thing. But it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But embarrassing because of how terrible it was.
But that wasn't your fault.
It wasn't my fault, but it was still embarrassing. That was the number one bad.
Okay, what did you learn from it?
What did I learn from it? I need to know my shit. In my head, I was like, I have to presume that the shit is not just gonna hit the fan. The fan is gonna fall off the ceiling and spin around into the shit, and then spread the shit everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen. So I need to be prepared for that. And if that then happens, and then there's a nuclear bomb, well, it's like I knew the fan was gonna hit the shit, but then I didn't know there was gonna be a nuclear bomb, so I can't really be blamed for the nuclear bomb. Basically, preparation is key. Doing the best you can do to prepare the best you can. The guitar one, oh Jesus, I was playing Kiss from a Rose. Love the song. Now I love the song. At the time,
You didn't?
I hadn't practiced. I practiced everything else, and the first song that we'd done with the band was amazing. We killed it. We ball sacked them deep. You know when you're giving it like, oh shit. You're giving it like confident, and like she knows, shit, I'm getting it. Like I can't even argue. He's giving it to me. Like that one. You don't try and go on like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey.
There we go. That's all I needed. Cool. So boom, first song killed it. Second song, first verse killed it. Had my acoustic guitars going for it. Sounded sweet. Strings were changed. Everything was beautiful. Cling, 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 cling. Did the verse, baby, I could be. Boom, fam. Then the la da 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 da. I hit the wrong note on the string. Threw my whole damn equilibrium off. I was fucked. I'm not even gonna lie. I was gone. Totally gone.
How did you get back?
I didn't.
What?
So the whole of so that bit was like, oh, so for that bit it was kind of like, oh, what happened there? He was amazing on the first song. Why would that? Okay, cool. There must have been something wrong. Cool. At this point, I was like, I'm fucked. Second verse, cool, because I know the verses, no problem. Did the verse, yeah. Did the second chorus. The band had come in. Twin, 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 twin. We did the second drop of the blah da da. Because I was so nervous about how
Did you do it again?
I fucked up even more the second time than I did the first time. The level is I messed up so bad that I looked over to the bass player like, help me, please, help me. I'm dying here and now. I'm crashing and I'm burning and I need your help. And then he looked back over at me like, yeah, bro. Get it. Like, wait, what? No, I need help. Don't look at me like I'm doing something good. He looked over at me like, yo, get it, bro. Get it. No, I can't get it. Because I'm flopping the entire thing. So yeah, it was calamitous. It was absolutely calamitous. And then I think that was the most reluctant that the singer had ever been to pay anyone, ever.
Serious?
Yeah. Because it was clearly the third song wasn't so bad. It's like, but by then it was like, yeah, you lot fucked up. But the you lot fucked up was like, I fucked up. Third song was cool. I think, did we do 4 songs? Maybe we did 4 songs. 4 song was cool. But no. She was like, yeah. So here's your money. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not happy. I couldn't even say anything, and I got a big mouth. I'm loud. I'm like, no, I'm not even loud. I'm like, I'm gonna say what I think, but I was like, yeah, no, it was me that fucked up, so I'm not even trying to say anything. So yeah, but the good thing is now, if I messed up today, I'd be like, oh well, it's unfortunate.
Well, at least you owned up to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I knew it was me, and they knew it was me. I told them.
What is the best and worst thing about being a sound engineer?
The best and worst thing. The best thing is that I get to travel as if I am, like I'm a platinum selling artist or whatever. Maybe not platinum. Maybe like
Why can't you be platinum?
because the budgets aren't quite there yet.
It doesn't matter.
No, but I'm talking about the actual quality of the hotels and that kind of thing. But in general, like, yeah, cool, let's call it platinum. That's the best thing. The worst thing is that when everyone's signing the records and merch, I'm packing up. I'm like, oh shit, man. You lot out here. I like people. I like girls, but I like people. I like to interact. No, I do. I like to interact. I like to have a good conversation with people. And no, can you focus, please? Can you focus?
I'm
please?
always focused, David.
I know you're always focused. That's what I like about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, the worst thing is like, I'm out here, I'm packing up, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. But yeah. There's no bad. To be fair,
There's no bad.
There's no bad. The bad isn't even that bad. The bad is like, oh, I don't get to interact with people the way that I would love to at the end of shows. I'd love to just do the show and be like, oh guys, how was it? And let's go for a drink. Let's enjoy it. Let's talk about the best part of the show. Hey, just remember when he did this on the sax? That was amazing. That was really fun. I'd love to do that after every show, but we have to pack the van and get ready for the next day.
I'm going to give you a scenario.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It's not a bad scenario.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It's a scenario that will help people. Well, and let people know a little bit more about you.
Oh my God, I'm screaming in my chair.
So, you're on stage, right?
I'm going to send a text message right now.
Go on, no. You can listen to the question where you send a text message.
I believe in
you.
You
Can multitask.
Mm.
So, you're on stage, and let's say we've got a crowd of at least 30,000 people in front of you. You are the main sound engineer. You have an assistant with you, but you are the main sound engineer. You have one song that you can sound engineer that you would love to sound engineer, and the artist. What is the song and what is the artist? And how would you sound engineer the song?
I'm getting in trouble now. I'm just getting in trouble. Don't you just hate it when you send a message to someone and they're already typing before you've even been able to come?
You're in trouble.
You haven't even been able to come off WhatsApp.
You're in trouble.
All right. So what song would I like to engineer now? I think about the songs that I like to play while I'm DJing.
But what song is it? What artist is it? And how would you sound engineer? So run me through. This is to help people, okay? Run me through how you would set up your mix in this and how you would sound engineer the song that you're about to tell me that you love so much. And that person is on stage and they're like, David, I'm paying you to sound engineer my song.
Can I be annoying and change your scenario but make it so that I kind of answer your question?
No, I want you to answer my question.
I like you.
I have to get demanding with
you. Firm.
I have to get demanding with you. Answer the question.
Because I see the tone of voice you're looking at me at. That's a naughty tone of voice. Sorry. I'm getting in so much trouble right now.
Where are you meant to be, David?
I don't know if I want to answer that question.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'm supposed to be somewhere at 7. That's what I'm saying.
See.
All right. So basically, here's the thing. Here's what I like. I like music that has diversity.
Yes.
I like it when each band member on stage can get to really flex, and where I can kind of interact with that flex. So there's certain parts of certain songs where people are doing things. It's like there's a song where someone's doing a particular line, boom, boom, and I'm like, yeah. I can't wait for the bit where he comes in with this, and then as he comes with that, I'm gonna sprinkle with a bit of reverb, a bit of chorus, a bit of post-fader delay.
What's your favorite song?
What's my favorite song in the world? Jesus, it's a hard question. My favorite song at the moment is probably Banho de Folhas, which is by Luigi Luna.
So if he was on stage and you were sound engineering for him,
well, she's Brazilian artist.
Sorry,
I can hear pussy purring.
It's my kitten outside.
Okay.
If she was on stage, I can never take this seriously.
I'm with you.
I know you're with me. So she's on stage. You're her sound engineer. You are in the crowd with the crowd, sound engineering for her. Explain to me how you would sound engineer for her.
This is such a question. It's a powerful question. I
Yeah,
have to go
it
backwards
is.
to go forward. All right, so I would have with this song in particular.
The reason why I'm asking you is so people can learn about sound engineering.
So people can learn about. Okay, so maybe the best way is if I say when I arrive at a venue. Boom, hi, I'm here. Hi. So I introduce myself to my babysitter. My babysitter knows the PA and knows the system.
So what are you using? A Mackie, SoundLab?
Mostly we're using Soundcrafts, V Series. I'm using some Midas Pros. For smaller venues, I'm using the M32s. For some bigger festivals, I'm using Digicos, S8s, S10s, S7s if I'm lucky. I've used a couple of Allen and Heaths, not many. I used a venue quite a lot when I did tour support with Ezekiel for Banks. They were touring an Avid venue, so I used that quite a lot. Used a venue at Glastonbury as well, actually. Those are kind of the desks. And then CL5s, Yamahas, I use them quite often. So my babysitter will know the PA and will know the desk. Cool. I know them reasonably well. Like, hi, this is kind of how I want to set it up. I know how I want to set it up. I'm going to name stuff. I'm going to route stuff. I'm going to group stuff. I'm going to set up my outboard recording. I'm going to film myself with Misha Bennett. Misha's going to be so happy that I shouted it out. She's actually too young to listen to this, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. She's 15. So she's the one that got me filming. So I started filming myself. Yeah. And, like, she can do whatever she wants with it. Cool. So, once I've set up, I'll also set up some, like, effects, maybe some reverb, some delays, and so on and so forth. So we'll go through a sound check. In the sound check, I'm doing two things. I'm trying to EQ the sounds of the instruments to the room that we're in, make sure there's balance between them, so that if there's any too much ringing, resonance, feedback, so on and so forth, I'm getting rid of that, making sure it sounds full, balanced throughout the whole frequency spectrum over time. Cool, that's my main aim. Cool. So she comes on, she's singing this particular song. At the start there's a guitar part. I'd like that guitar part to sound nice and full. I'd like to feel the spectrum. I'm gonna push that really hard. I'm probably gonna put some reverb on it. I might put some chorus on it just to really feel. She's got some percussion. That percussion needs to be, for me, it needs to be punchy. It needs to punch through. I don't want it to be too big. I want the bass to be big. Like, that's what I want to be big. Percussion, I want it to be punchy. I want it to really just drums, same kind of thing. I like a tight sound. I'm into punchy and tight, like really percussive sound. I like a big, strong, girthy bass. I like weight, heavy bass. I like present lead instruments, so like guitar and sax. I like them to be nice and present, hot, slightly aggressive. So you've got a nice full low end, which is supplemented by like high end that cuts through, not harsh, not abrasive, but really strong and cuts through. Very determined. It knows what it wants. It knows what it's trying to say. The guitar, like I said to Artie, is like you hold the guitar like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want no floppy like, oh, I'm gonna play some guitar now, bling bling bling. Nah, I want you to rip into that guitar like, yo, like with big dick energy, like, it's my guitar. Like that's kind of how. Too much? No, okay, cool, sorry. So on this particular song, like I said, the guitar, I'd like it to be like that. So in my head, that's what I'm going for when I'm EQing, when I'm compressing little bits, just trying to get the sound to sit where I want it. Once I've got it sitting where I want it, I'm always making, like I mentioned earlier, I like to make eye contact with the band on stage. So if I see your fingers moving, but I'm not hearing what you're doing, then I need more of that.
Yeah.
And if I see your fingers on guitar, I need more of that. And if the bass is louder than the kick, well, I either need to bring the kick up or I need to bring the bass down. Wow. It's just little things like that. I want balance. I want balance. I want it to feel immersive. I want everyone in the audience to feel like they're part of the song, so that the same way that I feel when I'm dancing in my studio to the song, I want everyone to feel like that, like they want to just like, oh shit, oh she in my hips now. Oh, you done got inside, baby girl, behave yourself. Oh my goodness gracious. Ooh, my hips. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, that's kind of how I feel. We definitely gonna have to do a part 2.
Definitely gonna have to do a part.
It's your fault. It's not my fault.
So we've covered about sound engineering, what you should do, how you should do it, how you should get into it, how for you to have a presence within sound engineering so people will continuously hire you.
Mm-hmm.
But underneath all that, we're going to go back to basics where I asked you, David, what is your favorite quote which has helped you to... you thought I forgot, didn't you?
Fuck. Oh, man.
What is your quote that you would give to people out there? Don't cheat by going on your phone, because he's been on his phone for the...
No. But that's only in the last 2 minutes because I'm trying to resolve a situation.
More than 2 minutes?
This is because I'm trying to resolve... All right, yeah, shit. It's been a long time. Trying to resolve a situation. You know what
You'll
I'm
resolve
saying?
it. Don't worry. Just put me on the phone. I have a sweet voice. I'll sort it out for you.
No. I'm not putting you on the phone to talk to anyone.
Why?
Because you got a nice voice. Your voice sounds like syrup on a nice Belgian waffle.
Quote.
Yes, quote. Oh shit, I still got juice. All right, quote. I think for me in general, I'm a firm believer in the power of positive animation. No, positive affirmation. Sorry. I was just being silly. I'm a firm believer in the power of positive affirmation. So it'd be probably something along the lines of as a man thinketh, so he is. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Something along those lines. I very much believe that we have quite a usable source of power in our minds. Like if you set your mind on a thing, that in itself is so powerful, and I think that we don't take advantage of that enough.
But has someone said something?
Idle
to you?
TV standby. TV will soon turn off by idle TV standby.
We're good.
I didn't read the rest.
We're good. Has someone ever said, someone close to you,
Mm-hmm.
yeah? Has someone ever said to you, David, I'm telling you this quote and I want you to carry it with you?
Do you know what the problem is?
Go on.
Here's my problem.
You don't remember it, do you?
Yeah, because that happens all the time. Like even on tour, I think I had 3 where I'm like, oh my god, I'm using that, but I can't remember them. But it's deep. It's never like, it's never shit. It's always like deep stuff. Like, hey, you know, if you want the weather to go the way that you want it to go, make sure you blow your balls. Like something really profound. You're like, oh shit, that's profound. That's gonna change my life. I'm never gonna forget this. And then 3 days later, you don't remember what it was. And you're like, shit.
So then here's a question for you that will make you think.
Oh my god.
Hopefully.
Goodness gracious.
Who's the one person that has influenced you to be? I ask everyone this, but it brings something out of everyone that I have asked, and I don't film my podcast. There's a reason behind why. The reason why I don't film my podcast is because I want people to listen to who you are rather than look at who you are.
Goodness gracious.
If there was one person or even a few people out there who you could turn around and be like, well, this person has influenced me. Is there anyone that you would... Because you've called out a lot of people.
Debbie KK.
Yeah?
Number 1.
Who's KK?
We can't have that discussion now.
Okay, but KK...
Debbie KK is like... My two... I have many minutes. Alright, cool. Here's like my... Debbie KK, Mickey, Melvin. Oh my god, Melvin's my guy. Like, Malachi. I told you Anthony Blaze is my guy, my heart. Charles and John, my sister. I love my sister. My sister's hilarious.
You know, the funny thing is that every time I ask someone this question, they can never say one person. And you know, you remember when we spoke about, okay, let me see if you remember this. Remember when we spoke about me having high expectations of people?
I remember.
And me also having a not judge quality about me.
Yeah, I grabbed a lot of that from you.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I asked that one question is because everybody has gone beyond my expectation every time.
That's wonderful.
And the reason why I say this is because when I say what one person has inspired you to do this, no one gives me just one person.
No, it's never one person.
But that's what I want. I never want someone to give me just one person. The reason why I say this is because I'm a firm believer of there are 10 people, and those 10 people give you a quality each.
100%.
And that's why I say to you, in every time I've asked that question, everyone has fulfilled
100%.
me with the answer that they've given me.
Yeah.
Because it's gone beyond my expectations of what I was looking for. So that's why
Chantel's gonna kill me because I took so long to mention her.
we all know Chantel.
Chantel, I'm gonna explain that to you when we speak. And I'm just gonna leave that right there.
Why did it take you so long?
Oh, you know why it took me so long, girl. Trying to get some blood back to my head. That's what's the problem.
Oh man.
Oh, my blood
So
flow
you've got like
AWOL.
you've got like I think you mentioned like 5 or 6 people to me that have inspired you in some kind of way.
Yeah.
But why'd you mention those people?
Because those are the people that I can probably be myself the most around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to lie around you. And it's not to say that I lie around people, because now I just spend time around people that I can be myself around. Whereas when you're younger, it's like, oh, I have to spend time around everyone. It's like, no, I'm only going to spend time around people that I can honestly be myself with. And I'm only going to be myself with people that I think that I can be myself with. So yeah, like I'm comfortable around you because you allow me to be myself. That's really it. And
I don't
like,
hope for anything else though, David.
no, but here's the flip side. I want to extend that to you. I want to see you, your best version of you. And that's when I say best version, I don't mean I want you to change. I want you to be the happiest that you are with yourself. And I want to embrace that person. And I want people to do I'm comfortable when people do that. Or I'm happy, not comfortable. I'm happy when people do that for me. It's like, yo, D, be whoever you want to be. Alright, cool. I'm gonna be myself.
What does the future have in store for David?
Maryland Station project. I'm finishing Nat's project at the moment. It's a jazz project. Daniel Casimir just come back from Moses Boy tour. I got the Wehinm stuff. I got some Glenn Beaumont stuff. There's Cartes, John Ra. I'm just throwing out names now, but these are all projects that I'm working on, and that at some point in time will come out. Kezia Arthur, Yafri and the Kezia, Corey as well. Corey's doing bits from his bedroom.
Sometimes they're the best bits.
Corey, I'm sorry that you had to be involved in this, but things are going to be turning decidedly sexual right now.
No, they're not. They're really not. It's just
wait.
David.
Sexual is a euphemism for
True.
For something else that's not sexual.
I need you to help your fans now.
Wait, what does that mean? I don't have fans. You're my fan.
We all have fans.
Do we have fans?
Just because they're not like millions of people, you can have.
That's wisdom. See this wisdom. Come on, people. See this wisdom. Can we have a round of applause, please? Not for me. Before our host here. Ladies and gentlemen. Louder, please. Louder. Thank you. Thanks.
Your fans. Yeah. The people who believe in you, love you, want to guide you to greatness. Yeah.
That makes me smile.
What advice would you give, or what would you tell your fans about you? What one thing would you tell your fans about you that they don't know about you, David? That you would like to share with them? That you don't tell everybody on a daily basis, but you would like to share it on the podcast and with your fans who actually take time to listen?
I believe in the power of people. That's fundamentally it. I believe in the power of people. I believe that anyone can achieve anything they want to achieve. And I, beyond music, spend a significant amount of time pouring positive energy into people that I'm very close to. And anyone that wants to be the best version of themselves, I'm always trying to help them to do that. And so I think that's something that's really fundamental for me.
Do you find it hard to be your best self all the time? Or
not anymore.
no, was there ever a time when you said,
Yes,
you know what, I give up?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I get those days.
100%.
I actually had one not too long ago.
Back in like 2010, 2011, 2012, where I didn't feel like it was cool.
To be you?
Yeah, it was difficult.
But
Depression. Just because it didn't seem like the done thing.
Well, was it depression? Or?
I think there was definitely a time where I was suffering from severe depression. There were very specific people that helped me to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not in that place anymore. And I can see how I could get back to that place. So therefore I would say that I won't get back to that place. Because I know what would have to transpire in order for me to get back there.
What would you say to someone who feels like they're going in that place and doesn't want to get there, but they feel like they're going to go there?
Believe your dream. Honestly, just believe your dream. But then once you've believed, you see, I think the problem is when people get advice, do A, they do A, and then they think, well, I've done A now, I'm cool. But then once that's done, there's more to do. It's like, well, you've done A, so now you have to do B, and now you have to do C. So it's like, believe your dream. Yeah, okay, you believe your dream now. Okay, cool, now do it. Like, actually go and do it. Don't just let it be a dream. Like, wake up and, I wish I did a thing where this happened and this happened. So what's actually stopping you from doing it right now?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a huge thing. Going from the idea of something. Oh, no dramas. I got no dramas. That means I'm in trouble. You see, those eyes tell me you know what I'm talking about.
I'm a woman and I know women. Carry on.
Nothing that I'm about to say should be said on microphone. So
We can do it afterwards.
we can do it afterwards.
The nice thing about this podcast is I feel like, and this is thanks to you, David.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm gonna put this out to you.
My
okay?
goodness gracious.
I feel like this has been one of the most spontaneous podcasts
I love
that
it.
I've done. Wait for it. That I felt has not been scripted. Like, I've been my authentic self, like one of my other friends would say.
Yeah.
And I could just be myself. The questions have been spontaneous.
Yeah.
From the top of my head. Yes, I have a sheet in front of me, but to be quite
She's
honest,
got a sheet in front of her.
I haven't really read it.
She hasn't really read it, to be fair.
Not that much.
Mainly because the answers that I gave her for the sheet were quite shit. So she got no information, to be fair. It's like, hey, what's your name? Well, there's a story about what my name is. You have to go back to 1958. It's like, just answer your damn name, fool. Sorry, let me just stop. Let me stop. I know. All that you see on the Logic recording is just like bare peaks on my mic 2 line.
And my mic line is really quiet. Immensely quiet.
Alright, let's try and make yours bigger than mine.
So I'm gonna let David sound engineer this afterwards.
Smooth. I like what you did there. I'm trying to drink rum though.
Let me get back to you.
Go on,
because most of the podcasts I've done have been scripted and so on and so forth. Obviously, when you do your first couple, you feel a little bit nervous. And this is for anybody who wants to do a podcast as well, because it's not just learning about David. It's about learning about everything. Some people want things to be perfect. Like, I've listened to podcasts and I've listened to one particular one where a girl was saying that she wanted her podcast to be perfect. I don't believe in perfection, because I believe mistakes are lessons to learn. And
Truth.
And when you make a mistake, it's not just a mistake, it's a lesson, and you're learning from that. So every podcast I do, I like putting in the ifs and the buts and the me stuttering, because because I am showing you I'm not a pro.
I have a quote.
Go on.
Make every mistake only once.
Why that?
Because mistakes, do you see what you said about experience? Mistakes are, when you're trying to experience new things, you make mistakes, and the only once is like, learn from it.
Yeah.
So when some shit happens, like, well, shit happened, but learn from it. It's never a problem that shit happens.
Yeah.
It's only a problem if you don't learn from it.
But this is why I'm saying about perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People like to say, oh, I want this perfect person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is the perfect person? Because everybody has their quirks about them, and shouldn't you find that imperfections are perfection to you?
Wild, but true.
Yeah. And that's the same thing when like David's teaching you about sound engineering, me teaching you about having a podcast. To me, it's you finding how you like to do things. And I feel like in this podcast today, me being with David, I've got to be myself. And regardless of anything that
I like that.
I used to feel is a mistake, I feel like from now on when I'm doing my podcast, I'm just going to do it.
Just do it.
Because it's me showing you who I am.
That's a lesson for me as well.
It's me showing you who I am.
It's a good lesson.
But then you get to actually say to yourself, you know what? I don't have to record this 10 times and get it right. Just do it.
Just do it.
Because in doing it, you're learning it and you're doing it. And when you listen back to it, you'll laugh and say, you know what? I'm glad I kept it in there because it's funny. And you're teaching people that it doesn't have to be scripted. You could just be yourself. Yes, you're going to have your questions that you're going to want to read so you remember them. That's fine. But relax and you'll be fine. So my last question for you, David.
Oh my gosh, your last question.
It is my last question. Where can we find you?
Oh, okay. So here's a good
This
thing.
Is where
and
you
bad
pitch.
thing. Here's where I pitch.
You sell yourself to me.
I'm gonna sell myself to you.
David.
All right. So here's the good thing. Here's a good thing and bad thing. On all records, my name is just David Wehinm. David Wehinm.
What does your name Wehinm stand for?
Okay, so it's a contraction of a full Nigerian surname, which is Ifawemi, which is the oracle has looked at my back and provided me with a son. You know, like African women wear their children on their back. But it's a symbolic statement about an oracle answering your prayer for a child. So the oracle has looked at my back.
Yeah.
Seen there is no child and provided me with a child effectively. So the first contraction from Ifawemi is just Fawemi, which is my passport name. Oh my god, everyone has my passport name now. And then my professional name is just Wehinm, which is an even further contraction. So yeah, David Wehinm. In terms of the stuff with I'm just gonna throw it really quickly. In terms of the stuff with like the cartoon and the record label. Oh my gosh, we didn't even mention any of that. Yeah, WHNM, but nothing's set up yet. So
he didn't want me to mention it. I was going to mention it.
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's because I don't like being that guy where it's like, hey man, I'm doing all these wonderful things, and then you check and it's like, yeah, but you're not doing anything.
But you're not like that.
I'm not like that. But then that's why I spoke about the things that, like, you can go and look for all the stuff that I've mentioned. You can go and look for records. You can look at the Moses Boyd record or the Nabaya Garcia record or the Sarah Tandy record or the Zara McFarlane record or the Ezra Collective record or the No Graphic record, and you can see my name on there.
How
very
many
specific.
records would you say you've sound engineered? If you were to put a figure on it.
It's not even like, see, there's, and you probably know this, there's work that you've done, but like no one really knows the work you've done, and then there's work that you've done that's like being played on BBC Radio 6, and like there's actual work. So I'd say actual work, like that's kind of the stuff that people look at. Theon Cross, Nat Cross, I'm finishing off Dan Casimir, I mentioned Nabaya, I mentioned Zara, Moses Boyd, Renato Paris, lots of
So where can we find you? So if I was going to go out,
so go online, David Wehinm.
And it will all come up?
It will all come up.
Easy.
Steady.
I'm steady now.
Steady. And then if you were to check in like 6 months a year and you typed WHNM, which would just be Wehinm, then you would get more stuff. But that stuff isn't set up yet.
Where do you see yourself in the next 12 months, David?
I was going to say something so crass, but I'm not going
to. I know you. I can just see it.
Did you see it? I could just see it. But did you also see the effort that I put in to not say it?
No, that's true.
Thank you.
I see the positives.
Cool. Because of this festival season being cancelled thing, like loads of festivals are getting pushed to like September, October times.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Which means that I kind of have time to really work on my own shit. and my band shit, which I probably will.
I think I'm gonna come and take some pictures of you guys.
Yeah, do it. I would like to have at least one album for the label done. I would like to have the Maryland Station album done. I'd like to have the Interpol album done. I'd like to
Instead of saying say I will.
I will. Because do you know what it is? Some of this depends on other people. That's part of the problem. Not problem. That's part of the thing.
Solution.
That's part of the solution. Some of it depends on other people. So it's like, I can only mix your album if you finish your album. So if you haven't finished your album,
that makes sense. Oh, totally, yeah.
So there's bits like that. Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm laughing.
I feel like I behaved quite well. Wait, there were so many lefts that I could have taken.
There were so many lefts,
but I didn't take them.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. I
chose
right.
to take a right, which is my surname, but you chose to take a right.
Yeah, I could take a right.
Easy.
Sorry.
Guys, I want to say...
She's pointing in my face. Like, you know, that kind of point where you're like, I better not misbehave because she's going to fuck me up. Sorry, go on.
Guys, I want to say thank you so much for listening. And remember to always stay positive, creative, happy, and continue to be kind to one another.
Love you. No?